Rob, a win in the most dramatic way imaginable on Friday night to go alongside an equally dramatic win on Monday. What a week it's been at the club.
Yeah, it was something special, especially getting the Cork game as well. So 3 games back to back. We haven't done that in a while. Yeah, it was some buzz around Dalymount. So I was delighted to get going again.
And how big of an impact does a win like that have? I know 3 points is 3 points, but had you won that game 1-0 with a goal in the first half, for example, surely there's a different kind of knock-on effect into the week when you come back from behind to win with 2 late goals.
Yeah, yeah, it does. You can see it in the stadium. There was some buzz the other night. Even going in at half time, there was a different feel to it. Yeah, it was a strange one. Like even when we scored the equaliser goal, you could kind of sense that we had some more in us, and I'm glad we did because it was a great goal by Shani then to get the 2-1 win.
You said there about how there was a different feel going in at half time. I was actually listening to some podcasts during the week around the League of Ireland, and that's something they pointed out as well. The difference in the mood going in 1-0 on Friday versus going in 1-0 down in previous games in Dalymount. It just feels like at the moment players are leaving everything out there, fans are responding, and everyone's just kind of pulling in the same direction at the moment.
Yeah, no, I think you hit the nail on the head there. It feels like that again. It hasn't felt like that in a while. I think the last time it kind of felt like that was when we were playing in Europe. There was a buzz around the club. Now we've been driving it on, and maybe the relationship hasn't really been there now with the fan or team and the fans. So it does feel like in the last couple of weeks or the last week or so, we're all kind of singing off the same hymn sheet, which is good.
On a personal note for you then, how was that moment? I mean, you come back to the club, you're extremely unfortunate to get injured in literally your first game back, and then you're out for a significant period of time, including a couple of games at the start of this season, but your first game back on the pitch in Dalymount, you get a late equaliser. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I don't score many, as everybody knows. So yeah, it was delighted to get it in. There was some buzz. Listen, when we scored the first one, look at the limbs in the video, in your video, it was mad. It just felt like there was a kick again in the stadium, and it's massive for us when we're playing as well. So yeah, getting the first one and then just the second one is madness. But it does feel like now everyone's kind of building back that relationship of where the club wants to be,
But even with the limbs you mentioned there, I mean, after you scored a goal, you're probably the least interested person celebrating on the pitch. You're straight into the back of the goal. You're the person picking the ball up, and you're kind of ushering all the lads back into your half. Like, even though in that situation, arguably a draw was a good result, you kind of felt or knew there was more in the game.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of felt like that even at half time when we were 1-0 down. There was a different feel in the stadium. Like, we were playing okay. Obviously, the goal happened, but there was a different sense from it in for half time. We still had confidence. The exact same with the 2-0 down. Obviously, it was probably a different feeling from the fans against Rovers going in at half time, 2-0 down, but there was no difference with us. But yeah, it was just, it just feels like everyone's kind of pulling in the same direction now, which is good.
And what does it say about the attitude of the lads in the dressing room? I mean, it was obviously a tough early start of the season. You get the big win against Rovers in the Aviva, and then it's kind of a rough patch following that. But we've won 4 of the last 5 games. We've won 3 games on the bounce now, 3 in Dalymount on the bounce. Obviously speaks volumes of the lads.
Yeah, 100%. And Rennie, listen, he's got a hard time for the whole year. And he puts on a brave face. You don't really see any kind of emotion from him in training, which is good. He's stone cold, and it kind of just epitomises what he is. Like, he's resilient. He's getting a lot of pressure the last year, and to stay how he is and stick to the process and kind of, I know the cliche kind of stuff, but he's kind of, he lives and breathes it. So it's good to get the 3 wins, especially for him, because it has been tough.
And for him and for Ollie, is no club in the league has won more games than Bohs this season.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, 6 wins, 6 losses. So entertainment anyway.
Yeah, it's go big or go bust. But obviously then looking ahead to Friday, a game against Waterford, probably no better time to have another game in Dalymount than straight after last week.
Yeah, you can't really rely on the last couple of wins. It's like, look at the league. The league's mad. There's teams up there that maybe you wouldn't expect that are up there, and that's no disrespect to them. But it can change in a week, as we can see. Waterford are a decent side, very, very good. They probably had the best forward in the league with Podge, even though he's 37. His work rate, everything. But yeah, it'll be another tough game. But yeah, hopefully we can get another win.
I'm sure nobody's overlooking Waterford. I mean, they obviously had 6 or 7 defeats on the bounce. They had a tough time there, but then they go and they beat Derry then, which is obviously no easy game.
Yeah, like I said, it's mad. It's mad league. And listen, sometimes when you lose a manager, you play with a bit of freedom, and that's what they did last week. And they got a massive result against Derry. So they've nothing to fear coming up here. So it's going to be a tough game, and we're excited for it.
Thanks for your time. Best of luck.
Nice one.